Good morning everyone. Today we discuss regulation of heart activity, electrocardiogram, differences between arteries, veins. So first one, regulation of heart activity. We already know heart is four-chambered. Heart activity is regulated intrinsically. Intrinsically means itself. Internally it regulates itself. Intrinsically. You already know special nodal tissue present at the anterior right side of the heart. SA node. SA node regulates the heart activity. So SA node only wave of contraction begins. So initiation of heartbeat in SA node. Neither nervous system nor endocrine system initiate the heartbeat. So then what is the function of nervous system and endocrine system? Nervous system and endocrine system can increase the heartbeat or decrease the heartbeat and cardiac output. So heartbeat is initiated in the SA node. So that's why it is known as autorhythmic itself, autorhythmic. Autonomous nervous system. Similarly in central nervous system, medulla oblongata, center present in the medulla oblongata can increase or decrease the heartbeat via autonomous nervous system. What is autonomous nervous system? Auto means self, nomos means governing. Literary meaning is self-governing, means independent system, nervous system, known as autonomous nervous system. It is divisible into sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system. You already know normal heartbeat at rest 72. In some patient at rest also 100. At the time medullary, so nerve center present in the medulla oblongata stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system reduce the heartbeat. So reduce means it is not mean that 100 become 10. Reduce the heartbeat. Now the heartbeat become from 100 to 72. In some patients at rest the heartbeat is 50 instead 72. So or for example in some patient 30 heartbeat. So at the time the nerve center present in the medulla oblongata stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system increase the heartbeat. Increase the heartbeat means abnormal to normal. So from 30 become 72. In this manner sympathetic nervous system increase the heartbeat, increase the cardiac output. Similarly parasympathetic nervous system decrease the heartbeat, decrease the cardiac output. Adrenal medulla hormones. Adrenal medulla hormones are epinephrine and norepinephrine. Epinephrine, norepinephrine, or you may say adrenaline, noradrenaline. These hormones also increase the heartbeat, increase the cardiac output. So regulation of heart activity. So regulation of heart activity is regulated intrinsically. Intrinsically means itself. Heart itself regulates its activity. The special nodal tissue present at the anterior right side of the right atrium, SA node, it regulates the heart activity. So initiation of heartbeat is under the control of SA node. Neither nervous system nor endocrine system initiate the heartbeat, but nervous system and endocrine system may increase or decrease the heartbeat. So the nerve center present in the medulla oblongata increase or decrease the heartbeat. How? If the heartbeat is less when compared to normal, at the time nerve center present in the medulla stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems are the part of autonomous nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system increase the activity of visceral organ generally. Parasympathetic nervous system reduce the activity of visceral organ. We may consider sympathetic nervous system as accelerator in a car. Parasympathetic nervous system as a brake, means reduce the activity. So when the heartbeat is less and cardiac output is less, at the time the nerve center present in the medulla stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system increase the heartbeat, increase the cardiac output. In a patient at rest also, for example 100, heartbeat is 100. So at the time the parasympathetic nervous system activate and reduce the heartbeat, reduce the cardiac output. Hormones of adrenal medulla known as epinephrine and norepinephrine, they also increase the heartbeat, increase the cardiac output. Means hormones of adrenal medulla function is the same like that of sympathetic nervous system. So this is about regulation of heart activity. Now we discuss electrocardiogram. Electrocardiogram is a graph. Electrocardiograph is a instrument. Electrocardiograph is a instrument measure the heart activity. The heart activity occur in the form of graph is known as electrocardiogram. Electrocardiograph. Electrocardiograph is a machine. By using this machine, we obtain the heart activity, electrical activity of heart in the form of graph. That is electrocardiogram. Electrocardiograph is a machine. With the help of this machine, we obtain the electrical activity of heart in the form of graph. This graph is known as electrocardiogram. So it is the baseline. Now generally they use minimum 3 lead electrodes. They keep one lead electrode to left wrist, another right wrist and one left ankle. They tie the lead electrodes with the help of strap. To know the electrical activity accurately, they use some additional lead electrodes on the chest. Truly they use 12 lead electrodes. So in our textbook given 3 lead electrodes minimum. One lead electrode to left wrist, another lead electrode to right wrist, and one lead electrode connect. So they attach or contact to the left ankle, and they tie these lead electrodes with the help of strap. And some lead electrodes they keep on the chest to know the heart activity accurately. So it is the baseline. The points above the baseline positive, the points below the baseline negative. Point waves are P wave, R wave, T are the positive waves. Q and S are the negative waves. What is P? Depolarization of atria. Depolarization of atria. What is depolarization? Polarization. For example, heart. First, polarized. Polarized means inner surface is electrically negative. Inner surface is electrically negative. Outer surface is electrically positive. So depolarization, whenever it receives, so whenever in the SA node wave of contraction begin, at the time some sodium ions enter into the atrium. For few milliseconds inner surface is electrically positive. That is known as polarized. Momentary change of electrical potential. Most of the time in the atria inner surface negative only. For few milliseconds inner surface is electrically positive. So that is known as depolarization. Along with the sodium ions, the wave of contraction spread all over the atria. So what is P wave? P wave means depolarization of atria. Depolarization means inner surface is electrically positive, outer surface is electrically negative. After depolarization only the atria undergo contraction. It is not mean that depolarization and contraction of atria one and the same. First depolarization occur. Along with sodium waves, wave of contraction spread all over the atria. That is known as depolarization. Once the wave of contraction spread all over the atria, now the contraction of atria begins. After depolarization only atrial systole take place. So P wave indicate depolarization of atria. QRS complex indicate depolarization of ventricle. Depolarization of ventricle. Depolarization of ventricle means inner surface is in the ventricle, inner surface is electrically positive for few milliseconds. That is the depolarization. After depolarization, ventricles undergo contraction. QRS complex indicate depolarization of ventricle. Mean inner surface of ventricle is electrically positive for few milliseconds. It is known as depolarization. So depolarization followed by contraction of ventricle. T wave indicate repolarization of ventricle. What is repolarization? For few milliseconds inner surface is electrically positive, that is depolarization. Immediately what happened? So inner surface within few seconds inner surface is electrically negative, outer surface is electrically positive. This change is known as repolarization. In depolarization inner surface is electrically positive. Inner surface of ventricles electrically positive, that is depolarization. Repolarization means what happened? Inner surface is electrically negative, outer surface is electrically positive. So it is known as repolarization. In depolarization, inner surface is electrically positive. Now what happened? Within few milliseconds, inner surface is electrically negative, outer surface is electrically positive. It is known as repolarization. Repolarization of ventricle. T wave represents repolarization of ventricle. End of T wave indicate the end of ventricular contraction. So after depolarization, ventricle contraction begin, and the ventricle contraction completed at the end of T wave. End of T wave indicate the end of ventricular contraction. Sometimes in movies we observed, so one person is connected to ECG machine and the sound is no graph, only P sound occur, P sound occur. P sound occur means cardiac arrest. No graph, only P sound occur. That is cardiac arrest, means the heart stop the contractions and relaxation. So in a graph, so in this manner continuously graph obtained in the electrocardiogram. So how they estimate the heartbeat? By using electrocardiogram, by measuring the QRS complexes. In one heartbeat, PQRST. Again what happened? Again PQRST. By counting the QRS complexes, they measure the number of heartbeats per minute in electrocardiograph or electrocardiogram. And abnormality, P wave increases or prolonged PR wave, prolonged ST wave, flattened T wave, inverted T wave. So depending upon the wave, they estimate the abnormality in the heart. For example, T wave is elongated, hyperkalemia means high potassium present in the body. So similarly, inverted T wave, hypokalemia, low potassium. Similarly, prolong the ST. ST is prolonged in one person, means myocardial infarction. Why? Some muscle cells died. As a result, what happened? Ventricular contraction duration is prolonged. Prolonged ST wave indicate that person is suffering from heart attack or myocardial infarction. In this manner, depending upon the size of P, QRS, T, they identify the abnormalities of heart. So what is electrocardiogram? Graphical representation of electrical activity of heart is known as electrocardiogram. The machine used to measure the electrical activity of heart is known as electrocardiograph. So they generally use 3 lead electrodes. They keep one lead electrode on the left wrist, another right wrist, and one connected to left ankle with the help of straps. To know the electrical activity accurately, they keep some more lead electrodes on the chest. Generally, nowadays they are using 12 lead electrodes. So later they switch on the machine. So in the monitor, we obtained the electrocardiogram, electrical activity of heart in the form of graph. The waves present above the baseline positive, the waves present below the baseline negative. P or T are the positive waves, Q and S are the negative waves. P wave represents the depolarization of atria. What is depolarization? Generally, heart inner surface is electrically negative. For few milliseconds electrically positive. For few milliseconds inner surface of atria electrically positive. That is known as depolarization. Once the two atria undergo depolarization electrically positive, later the atria undergo contraction. So depolarization followed by atrial contraction. So P wave represents depolarization of atria. QRS complex represents the depolarization of ventricle. Inner surface of ventricle is electrically positive. Once the two ventricles are completely electrically positive, followed by contraction of ventricle. T wave represents repolarization of ventricle. Depolarization of ventricle means inner surface is electrically positive. After depolarization of ventricle, in the ventricle inner surface is electrically negative. It is known as repolarization of ventricle. T wave represents the repolarization of ventricle. End of the T wave indicate the end of wave of contraction. Wave of contraction occur after depolarization and completed at the end of T wave. At the end of T wave, abnormalities in the shape of P, QRS, T indicate some abnormalities in the heart activity. For example, prolonged ST wave indicate that person is suffering from heart attack or myocardial infarction. Now we discuss differences between arteries and veins. Artery and vein. Both arteries and veins contain three layers. Wall contain three layers. Outer tunica externa, middle tunica media, inner tunica interna. Arteries, arterioles, venules and veins. They contain three layers in the wall. Outer tunica externa, middle tunica media, inner tunica interna. Tunica externa made up of collagen fibers. Tunica media of artery is thick when compared to tunica media of vein. Tunica media contain numerous smooth muscle fibers. In addition, two elastic layers, outer elastic lamina, inner elastic lamina. But in case of vein, only outer elastic lamina is present. More number of muscle fibers. So that's why artery undergo more contractions and relaxation when compared to vein. So wall of artery thick when compared to wall of vein. So it is the thickness of wall of artery and it is the thickness of wall of vein. Inner layer of artery is artery arteriole, vein venule is tunica interna. Tunica interna nothing but epithelial layer. Tunica interna. So tunica interna of artery and vein same. Difference is tunica media. Tunica media well developed in artery. Tunica media is poorly developed in vein. So tunica media contain more number of smooth muscle cells. Tunica media of vein contain less number of smooth muscle cells. Tunica media of artery contain two elastic lamina. Outer elastic lamina, lamina means layer, elastic layer, outer elastic lamina and inner elastic lamina. Next difference is lumina of artery is narrow. Lumen means cavity. Lumina of artery is narrow. Lumina of vein is wide. From the tunica interna, valves are formed. So, veins are valvular, arteries are non-valvular. Only main arteries, pulmonary arch, left systemic arch only contain valves and other arteries are non-valvular. Each and every vein is valvular. From the tunica interna, valves are formed. Arteries are deep-seated. Veins are superficially present. So generally you already know arteries ends with blood capillaries, veins begin with blood capillaries. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from heart to various organs except pulmonary arteries. Pulmonary arteries contain deoxygenated blood. Similarly, veins carry deoxygenated blood to heart, but pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood to heart. So arteries are the distributing blood vessels Veins are the collecting blood vessels. Veins collect blood from various organs and transport it to heart. So differences between arteries and arterial veins. So you already know in arterial system blood flow from greater diameter to lesser diameter, blood pressure is more. In veins blood flow from lesser diameter to greater diameter, that's why blood pressure is very low. Differences: arteries are deep seated, veins are superficial. All visible blood vessels are veins. Veins are superficially present just below the skin. Arteries are deep seated. Arteries ends with blood capillaries. Arteries ends with blood capillaries. Veins begin with blood capillaries. Arteries are the distributing blood vessels. They carry blood away from the heart. Veins are the collecting blood vessel. They collect blood from various organs, transport blood to heart. Next one. Wall of artery is thick. Reason is tunica media contain numerous muscle cells. Both arteries and veins wall contain 3 layers. The wall of arteries and vein contain 3 layers. Outer layer tunica externa, middle tunica media, internal tunica interna. The tunica media is the tunica media is more thick in artery when compared to vein. Tunica media of artery contain 2 elastic layers, outer elastic layer and inner elastic layer. But in case of vein, it contain only outer elastic layer. Lumen of artery narrow. Lumen means cavity. In veins, lumen is wide. In arteries, blood flow with jerks. In vein, blood flow continuously. Arteries are without valves except main arteries. Pulmonary arch and left systemic arch only contain valves, and other arteries are without valves. Veins are valvular. Each and every vein is valvular. Arteries are deep seated, veins are superficially present. Arteries are the distributing blood vessels, veins are collecting blood vessels. Arteries contain oxygenated blood except pulmonary arteries. Veins contain deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. So differences between arteries and veins. Now we discuss questions given at the end of the chapter for PU questions. Page number 269. First question. Name the components of the formed elements in the blood and mention one major function of each of them. Formed element means blood corpuscles. Formed elements, blood corpuscles. RBC. RBC, transport respiratory gases. So hemoglobin present in RBC, transport respiratory gases. Blood platelets. The factors released by blood platelets responsible for blood coagulation are involved in blood clot. WBC. Again granulocytes. Acidophils. Acidophils or eosinophils. So, engulf antigen antibody complexes. Antibody complexes. So during allergic condition, the eosinophil count increases. Basophils release amines. Basophils release amines like heparin. Heparin act as a anticoagulant, prevent blood clot inside the blood vessel. Histamine and bradykinin. So when the tissue is injured or infected, at the time basophils release amines like histamine and bradykinin. They cause inflammation. Basophils. Neutrophils are phagocytic in function. They engulf and destroy the pathogens. Phagocytic in function. Next one, agranulocytes, lymphocytes. B lymphocytes produce antibodies. T lymphocytes, some type of T lymphocyte destroy the antigen. Next one is monocytes. Monocytes also phagocytic in function. Monocytes are phagocytic in function. Monocytes also engulf the dead tissues. In this manner, monocytes act as internal scavengers. So functions of formed elements: RBC, transport of respiratory gases, blood platelets, blood coagulation, release some factors involved in blood coagulation. Eosinophils remove antigen antibody complexes. Basophils, if the tissue is injured or infected, at the time release amines, heparin, histamine, bradykinin. Heparin act as a anticoagulant. Histamine and bradykinin cause inflammation. Neutrophil, they are abundant. You already know 60 to 62%. They are phagocytic in function. Agranular WBC, monocytes also phagocytic in function. In addition, they engulf dead tissues also, not only cells. That's why monocytes are known as internal scavengers. Lymphocytes, two types, B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte. B lymphocytes produce antibodies. Antibodies destroy the antigen, means pathogen. So some T lymphocytes also directly destroy the pathogen. So functions of different types of formed elements. Next one is, what is the importance of plasma protein? Plasma is the matrix of blood, contain albumins, globulins, fibrinogen, prothrombin, albumins. Albumins maintain osmotic pressure, means concentration of plasma. Due to presence of albumins only, plasma keep or retain 90 to 92% water, osmotic pressure. The proteins of plasma maintain osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure means concentration. Next one, globulins. So globulins are three types: alpha, beta and gamma globulins. Gamma globulins only. Antibodies are formed from gamma globulins. In this manner, globulins involved in immune reactions resist the infection. Fibrinogen, prothrombin help in blood coagulation, process of blood coagulation. All plasma protein act as a acid-base buffer, maintain the pH of blood at 7.4. So functions of plasma protein: albumin maintain osmotic pressure, means concentration of blood. Globulins, mainly gamma globulins. Globulins are of three types: alpha, beta, gamma. Gamma globulins. From the gamma globulins only antibodies are developed. In this manner, globulin protein responsible for immunity resist the infection. Fibrinogen and prothrombin involved in blood coagulation. All the plasma proteins act as acid-base buffer. They maintain the constant pH of blood at 7.4. Next one is match the column 1 with column 2. Eosinophils. So eosinophils resist. So RBC. What is the function of RBC? RBC gas transport. AB group. AB group is the universal recipient. Platelets involved in coagulation. Systole contraction of heart. So eosinophil resists the infection. So depending upon the option. So not only eosinophil, neutrophil, monocytes also resist the infection depending upon the given option. Why eosinophils are also phagocytic. Next one, why do we consider blood as a connective tissue? Blood contains 55% plasma, 45% formed elements. So the plasma keep all the blood cells to held together. So that's why it is a connective tissue. Next one, what is the difference between lymph and blood? Lymph and blood. Lymph, RBC absent. In blood, RBC present. Lymph is colorless. Blood is red in color. Lymph is example for lymphatic system, example for open. Even though lymph vessels, lymph ducts are present, it flows in empty places. So that is open type. Blood is closed type, closed blood vascular system in higher organisms. So lymph transport the leftover nutrient between the tissues. So lymph act as a middleman between blood and tissues. So these differences, lymph without RBC, first difference, blood with RBC. So second point, due to absence of RBC, lymph is colorless. And what about blood is red in color due to presence of hemoglobin in RBC. Lymph flows in empty places and vessels. Blood always flows in blood vessels only. So blood example for closed blood vascular system in higher organisms in human being. Lymph is open. So even though it flows in lymph capillaries, lymph vessel, most of the time flows in empty places between the tissues. So lymph acts as a middleman between blood and tissues. Next one is open and closed type of difference between open and closed system. If blood flows in empty places, known as open blood vascular system, arthropoda, mollusca, echinodermata, hemichordata. If blood flows only in the blood vessels, known as closed blood vascular system, annelida, chordata. Closed blood vascular system effectively transport the nutrients and respiratory gases to each and every part of the body. Next one, systole and diastole, contraction of chambers of the heart, systole, relaxation of chambers of heart, diastole. P wave and T wave, depolarization of atria represents the P wave indicate depolarization of atria, T wave represents repolarization of ventricle. Describe the evolutionary changes in the pattern of heart among the vertebrates. So in Pisces, two-chambered heart. Pisces, two-chambered heart. Contain one atrium and one ventricle. In Amphibia, three-chambered heart. In Amphibia, three-chambered heart, two atria and one ventricle. Amphibia. In reptiles, three-chambered heart, ventricle is incompletely divided, three-chambered heart. In crocodiles, ewes and mammals, four-chambered heart. 4-chambered heart. Pisces exhibit single circulation. Amphibia, reptiles except crocodiles exhibit incomplete double circulation. Crocodilia, aves and mammals exhibit double circulation. Next one. Why do we call our heart myogenic? Due to presence of myogenic pacemaker. Heart contain myogenic pacemaker. Heart is known as myogenic heart. Myogenic heart. What is pacemaker? The part of the heart where wave of contraction originate. That is SA node. SA node is a muscle. If muscle act as a pacemaker, myogenic pacemaker, heart contain myogenic pacemaker known as myogenic heart. Heart contain myogenic pacemaker is known as myogenic heart. Myogenic means muscle. Sinoatrial node is called the pacemaker of our heart. Why? So the wave of contraction generated in the pacemaker, SA node only, it regulates the heart activity. So that's why we called SA node as the pacemaker. The part of the heart where wave of contraction or where depolarization or where action potential generated is known as pacemaker. What is the significance of atrioventricular node and atrioventricular bundle in the functioning of heart? Atrioventricular node act as a relay station. It receives the wave of contraction from the SA node. Later it transfer the wave of contraction to AV bundle. AV bundle spread the wave of contraction all over the ventricle. So function of AV node act as a relay station and the muscle bundle spread the wave of contraction all over the ventricles. Define a cardiac cycle and the cardiac output. What is cardiac cycle? The heart activity occur within one heartbeat is known as cardiac cycle. Cardiac output, amount of blood pumped by each ventricle per minute is known as cardiac output. The heart activity during one heartbeat is known as cardiac cycle. All chambers of heart undergo one contraction and one relaxation during cardiac cycle. Explain heart sounds. Lub and dub are the heart sounds. Lub sound and dub sound are the heart sound. Lub is the first sound, dub is the second sound. Lub is due to closure of cuspid valves, tricuspid and bicuspid valves, and dub is due to closure of semilunar valves. So lub and dub are the heart sound. Lub is the first heart sound, dub is the second heart sound. During ventricular contraction, due to closing of cuspid valves, first sound is generated. During ventricular relaxation, due to closing of semilunar valves, second sound occurs, that is dub sound. So draw a neat label diagram of ECG, standard electrocardiogram. Tomorrow I start a new chapter, excretory products and their elimination.